Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. This video is about my second trip to Japan in 2018. I didn't properly check the camera settings prior to recording nor review footage enough during the trip, so the whole video will look quite grainy and low quality. I apologize for this, but I hope you can still enjoy the video.
Alright, well here we are, we're in the Taipei airport. Place is like a mall, or much less an airport. Stores everywhere.
We just came from a 12-hour flight with a 3-hour layover and wanted to freshen up prior to landing in Japan. Luckily, Taipei Airport had complimentary showers close to the food court area. After landing in Osaka Airport, we got ready to go to Wakayama to have dinner with my friend and his family, who I haven't seen in nearly 7 years. We were pretty exhausted at this point, but we needed to stay up until it was closer to nighttime so we could spend the rest of the day relaxing in our Airbnb. I love the vending machines out here because there is such a large variety of drinks to get. These are capable of dispensing cold drinks if you choose the ones with the blue label, or hot if you choose the ones with the red label. I love getting the hot drinks during winter because it helps to keep me warm. After Wakayama, we went straight to our Airbnb located in Shinsekai. We stayed at a very typical Japanese apartment, which means space is incredibly limited, and everything, including the bathrooms, are compact. The kitchen area was literally right across from the entrance of the bathroom, so you can tell how limited the space is here. The bedroom doubles as a living room, which typically means the futon would be stored in the closet or folded until ready for use again, so you can use the space here for your regular daily activities. Yasuka Shrine is a Shinto shrine built in 656 AD, and it's used to be known as Gion Shrine. It is dedicated to the kami Susanoo, who is Amaterasu's younger brother. This is also home to the world-famous Gion Matsuri, which attracts thousands of visitors each year. Since you're entering the house of a kami, it's important to be respectful and purify yourself before praying. This requires simple actions such as cleansing both hands, mouth, and the handle of the ladle used for the purification process. One of my favorite photo studios in Kyoto is Studio Esperanto. You can book appointments on their website and let them know what style and package you're interested in. Once you're at the studio, the whole makeup process, costume, and photography session can take 2 to 3 hours. And once your session is done, it takes a couple of hours for your photos to be ready. Hello to an Osaka morning! Close to our Airbnb was Don Quijote, a discount chain store selling nearly everything from clothes to shoes, electronic goods, drinks, snacks, stationery, microwaves, or even fresh meat. This is a really good place to grab some last-minute gifts. This restaurant is located across from where we were staying at in Shinsekai. The restaurant is 24 hours and serves sumo portion meals, which makes this place a really good spot for sharing food with others after a night of drinking. I was very full after a few bites, but Andrew pushed for it and finished the rest. He ended up throwing up inside of a Burger King restroom less than 30 minutes after that, though. Because we had such a large meal for lunch, our dinner consisted of appetizing konbini food. We visited Osaka Castle, which was built by Toyotomi Hideyoshi in the 16th century, one of Japan's unifiers. Fun fact, he was also a character in the Ikemen Sengoku mobile game I play, so it was pretty fun being here. Depending on where you entered from, it takes time to get to the main hub of the castle grounds. I think we walked for 20 minutes prior to getting close to the castle area, but it was worth the hike though because there's so many food vendors and temples off to the side of the grounds. We made our way to Fushimi Inari. This was officially our second trip here. The first time we went, it was at nighttime. While hiking up the mountain is open 24 hours, we didn't really get to explore as much as we wanted. Luckily, this second trip allowed us to spend more time and really see what Fushimi Inari has to offer. We were lucky enough to come here on a day where there weren't too many people. Generally, this area would be very crowded during peak season. The rest area has a few tea shops and souvenir shops, and just a place to admire Kyoto from up here. However, this isn't the top of the mountain. There's actually quite a ways to go before getting there. The peak of the mountain is really quite underwhelming, but it's nice to know that you've completed the circuit while here. There's fewer people up top, and if you want to get a better sense of the tranquility of the place, this would be it. It can take anywhere between 45 minutes to 2 hours, depending. I advise to visit Umeda Sky Building on a clear day, otherwise your entrance fee of 1,500 yen might be a waste. You can see Osaka Castle from here, but unfortunately for me, the blurry footage is all I have of that proof, since I didn't have the correct camera settings nor the power to show a better, clearer shot of it. This will be difficult to see, but these two covered structures are actually escalators suspended 40 stories from the ground. Tenkaku Tower has become an iconic symbol of Osaka. We were lucky enough to get a clear view of it and see the lights from our Airbnb. We went back to Yokozuna Tsutenkaku restaurant for some chankonabe. This was the perfect dinner to a very chilly evening. When I was planning and mapping out this trip, I randomly found a slot car racing bar close by Denden Town. Andrew was a fan of this stuff as a kid, so it was a surprise for him to really experience and enjoy. Other than alcohol, there's also food you can order here. It also doubles as a store for slot car parts, and they have tools on hand if you'd like to test out your slot car. In our last few hours in Osaka before leaving for Tokyo, we spent our remaining time eating, buying last-minute anime merch since prices are cheaper here, and just taking in the sights. Buying a JR pass is one great way to get around Japan, especially if you want to see a lot of places in a short amount of time. From Shin Osaka Station to Tokyo, it takes about 3 hours. I recommend reserving seats if you can, otherwise you'll have to find a vacant seat in one of the non-reserved cars, which can be really challenging during busy hours. There's also a food and drink trolley if you need something to hold you over during your long trip. After arriving in Tokyo, our first stop was at the Love Live Sega Collab Cafe in Akiba. Collab cafes are quite popular due to the exclusive merchandise. These coasters we were flipping over are randomly given when you order drinks and food, so if you get a popular character, it can resell for more than twice the amount you paid for a drink. I'm a fan of the anime's idol group Aqua and was heavily involved during this time, so coming here was a really big deal to me. Close to the Akiba JR station is the UDX building where anime cars or Itasha come to life. There's actually a Twitter account specifically for the UDX building and the Itasha that park there on Sundays. We ventured off to the Ghibli Museum in Mitaka, which is in the western outskirts of the main Tokyo metropolis. Tickets for the museum sell out quite fast online, so I recommend buying them at least 3 months before your intended date of visit. My footage here is limited because you can't take photos or videos inside, which makes the visit that much more whimsical and fleeting. That's it for now for part 1 of this video. Please click the link below for part 2. See you all in the next one.